John Wanamaker is an American Christian entrepreneur well known for his book, The Man Made by the Bible. He built the world's largest department store, founded a Sunday school, where he served as a lifelong teacher, and became a pioneer in the world's Sunday school movement. He created many churches and YMCAs, contributing greatly to worldwide Christian missionary work. All of these great achievements, the son of a bricklayer, who had a second-grade education, but it was an incredible blessing and a blessing from God for his faith and his passion in running towards the dreams that he had received through prayer and through the Bible. On July 11, 1838, he was born into a poor family just outside Grace Ferry, South Philadelphia. His father was a bricklayer, and helping him after school was his primary occupation. But it wasn't just about helping the family. John's father paid him 7 cents a day to teach young John how to work and economize from an early age. From the age of 10, John ran the church at Landrath and attended Sunday school, where his father volunteered as a teacher. John's parents were devout Christians, and his mother in particular was deeply religious. She had a huge influence on him. And from an early age he displayed an astonishing devotion to prayer and Bible reading. Although not from a wealthy family, John had a happy and joyful childhood where he made his home in Sunday school by praying and learning to read the Word. John's father died when he was 14, leaving him with his mother and 7 other children. The family struggled even more. Nevertheless, his mother would occasionally say to him, "John, I want you to continue your studies and become a pastor. What do you think? You have good faith. You'll be a good pastor." I started thinking about the path of a pastor, just like my mother wanted me to be, particularly because of his habit of praying and reading the Bible. John tried to find his future through prayer and the Word. And in his search for what God had given him, he gradually became convinced that his path should be a businessman, not a preacher. John later recalled his childhood as saying, "Ever since I was a child, I've had a knack for counting and running a business. One day, I had to prepare potatoes for a party at school, but we didn't have any potatoes. At the time, a friend and I caught a frog, wrapped it up, and used the mind of a vegetable store owner to sell it to him for 12 potatoes. I and my brother William also displayed the discarded apples at home, in the neighboring town of Leedsburg Square, selling them like hotcakes. We would haggle my homegrown fruits and vegetables into strange Native American villages, bartering them in for moccasins or deer pelt shoes. This earned me the reputation of being excellent traders in the village. And in doing so, I found the talent that God had given me, and I was convinced that my path was to be a businessman. I began to pray with a dream of becoming a great businessman and doing a lot of things for the country of God." And then John said, "As a child, I was sent on an errand by my mother, who used to make clothes, to a shop downtown that sells yarn, where I first bought the wrong yarn and tried to change it, but the clerk turned me down. At that time, I vowed that if I ever became a shopkeeper, I would be happy to exchange goods at any time, and treat every customer with kindness. Every time I prayed, every time I looked at the Bible, Every time I thought of a dream, God kept those experiences alive in my heart and gave me wisdom. So John's dream wasn't simply an experience, a determination or a human desire to escape poverty and become rich. It wasn't out of filial piety to fulfill his mother's wishes. His dreams were a result of always going to God to pray, to meditate on the Bible, to listen to the voice of God's wisdom and good conscience. He was becoming the son of a true bricklayer who lays the bricks of his dreams to build God's house and his nation. If you dwell within me, and my words dwell within you, seek what you desire, and you will be fulfilled. And if you bear many fruits, my Father will be glorious, and you will be my disciples. John 15 verse 7-8.